going to be taking notes on this. I'm going to be paying really close attention. So without further delay, I want to introduce my good friend and really the #1 Facebook expert, I think, doing business today, Mr. Kurt Malley. Kurt, welcome to the call.
I appreciate it. Can you hear me okay, by the way?
I can hear you loud and clear. I just want to know who's the stud behind the aviator glasses.
I got a great story behind it. It's called the Google and then a search. And just amazing things start to happen, right? Awesome. I really appreciate the intro. I really, really do. One thing that I like to do is I like to be able to lead by example. And I'll show you guys some examples of what we do on Facebook. And it's really important to understand is one half of my business is an agency where we run traffic for people. And the other half is teaching students. And I know, Ryan, you can attest to this too. Like, having great students, I learned so much, not only by running other people's traffic, but by other ideas I just didn't even think of. So I know, Ryan, that you lead by example. You have an amazing business, but I know that you really help people. Like, I'm inside your mastermind, and I see, you really help out a ton of people, and I want to offer that exact same value. And I mean, really, at the end of the day is, by the way, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate that. I always want to make sure I acknowledge that. Is what I want to show you is literally straight from the horse's mouth. I mean, the way that I got to know Ryan was we're inside of a mastermind together that's put on by a local event. And what ends up happening is we're hearing from people who are running 7 and 8 figures inside of a funnel, or people who have done infomercials. I mean, all this different information that we all collectively put together. But it's also, I'm going to share with you directly from the horse's mouth today. And here's what I mean by that. Here's a picture of me. Here's the guy who runs our agency, Zach, our COO, Caleb Jennings, a good friend, great online marketer, Sheki's part, and then these 2 other guys from Facebook Global Compliance. Now, I kind of had to blur out their faces because it was really, really, really interesting what happened at this event. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the event, but this event was pivotal. Here's why. Back in Austin, Facebook has this event. It's open for the general public. Facebook is not giving us the answers that we want. And what I mean by that is we'll send in support tickets. They don't get answered. We spend a lot of money on Facebook. We're trying to figure this out. My entire staff showed up with t-shirts. We showed up with binders and said, here are our support tickets, and we don't understand your terms of use of service or how to use it. So we've had to create our own rule book. Can we just talk to someone and just let us know if that's right or wrong? So we literally got feedback from Facebook that's unwritten that we're going to tell you, here's what Facebook says, and here's what we're going to show you that we've tested for millions of dollars in Facebook advertising. So I tell people on a regular basis that, we spend over $500,000 a month. So I just ran some reports. People like to see numbers, right? We spent a lot of money. It says February 28th, 2014, but those are one out of almost 100 accounts. You can see in the middle a 45-day window, ad spend on the right-hand side. But I mean, the thing is, what I love about Ryan, I know he tracks really smart people, is you guys all know the numbers are a whole bunch of bull unless you have conversions to go around with it. So I want to get lots of leads. Now, this is the thing where, I got to say, and this is absolutely unsolicited, and I say this literally with the utmost respect, you guys have a perfect storm that's going on right now. So I got to tell you real quick, when I first heard Ryan speak, and again, this is in a room of like 12 people here in Austin, Texas, we're sharing ideas. He goes, I got this survey thing. And he kind of explains what he does. And then he speaks on stage about it at a local event. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. We have one of the largest advertisers on YouTube in it's the biggest channel actually in health and wellness niche. We did a survey and got over 13,000 leads in under $1 in under 30 days. That worked so well, we started taking a look at it, literally because of what Ryan said. Like, I didn't really tell him this before, but the first part of our presentation is not customly designed for his team. It's because we took his advice, just a couple of words he said. So we figured out it's duplicatable. We go into like the coaching niche, for example, like self-improvement. We do a little survey. It comes up where I can get 1,700 leads predictably for under $1 in 7 days. Or the exact same thing. This is in the entertainment niche. If you look at the first arrow on the left-hand side, I think I can move my mouse over it. That's 9,000 leads in a day. You look in a 9-day period, that's 36,000 leads. For what Ryan teaches on the survey portion of once people are opted into the list to figure out what they want, could you imagine literally driving 9,000 leads a day, what that would mean for your business, right? Get them for what you see right down here, average cost per opt-in, 52 cents. Monetize just a lead to $1. There's a lot of good room for margin there. Now, besides the surveys, literally one of my favorite strategies is this, and I'm going to show you towards the end. And I am going to answer questions towards the end, by the way. And some people might even want to see examples, and if we have time, I may even log into my personal account and show you some of the stuff as well, too. See, what happens is we're running pay-per-click for this client here. You see lots of reds, right? And the entire month of February, they made $3,700 net. But they're getting like $3 cost per clicks. I mean, $2.93. Cost per opt-ins, like $10, right? It's just high. Well, then we run something called OCPM, hit a couple of buttons, not too difficult. You just got to know what buttons to hit. And all of a sudden, within 7 days, they have $5,000 worth of profit. Just in 7 days. I mean, month to date, they're already at $4,200. I mean, the entire month before that was $3,400. I mean, it dropped literally the cost per click in half. It dropped our cost per opt-in to $5.75 in half. So we also like to show people, like, what about if you sell physical products, right? Well, I can show you that as well, too. Here's a physical product. I was actually just talking to the client right before this call, is we were getting, there are these water filters. So $122 per conversion. So it cost us $122 to sell a $150 product. So what is that, like $28 or $27 and some change they make profit, right? And they just have to do it at the masses. We literally just hit 2 buttons that I will show you how to do by the end of the presentation. And it took that ad cost from $122 per conversion for selling the water filter to $56. Again, they sell it, you know, they're going to sell it for $150. Margin's huge on it. You just have to set the whole thing up right. So my business partner made this slide. They said, hey, when you make slides, you should talk about yourself, which is kind of weird. I have to update this. We spend over $500,000 a month. We have clients in 37 different niches. And what I mean by that is people say, Kurt, will it work for? I always tell people, I don't know unless until I test and validate. So all I can tell you is the Facebook traffic we run, we've tested and validated in lots of different niches. We know what works, what doesn't, and then it becomes kind of a trade. So what I'm going to show you here today, you can use for live events, small businesses, online businesses, Amazon. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's the same technique. And then what we basically have here is I like to tell people, you know, here's kind of the real story. 2007, I entered into to be a real estate investor with my PhD, which people are like, hey, I didn't know you had a degree in that. And I go, yeah, it's called the Public High School Diploma. So I figured I was well armed. You know, 2007, 2009, I got in at the top of the real estate market. Actually, I got in at the very top and had no idea it was going down, right? So I tell people I ended up in the NFL club. No friends left, no fun left. I had no funds left whatsoever, right? So I'm like, I just don't like the real estate industry. It just wasn't for me. 2010, I started Black Box Social Media because I could start help advertising businesses, much like I was in my own personal real estate business. And then it just took off, and it was referral only. So what I found out is there's consistent things you can do, kind of like working out. If you consistently do them, you should write this down. No one ever does anything consistently ever. The more consistent you are of running traffic and running your numbers, it becomes predictable. I've never worked in another business where you can literally predict traffic once you start to know your numbers. So what I want to show you now is we're going to take our Black Box Social Media agency. And when I say agency through the presentation, I'm talking about people who are spending $10,000 to $70,000 a month on Facebook ads, right? All across the board. I'm going to tell you what we found in our testing. I'm going to tell you what Facebook has told you to tell us, or what we've seen as well too. Now, this is kind of the part we just tell people, I mean, obviously you've already invested yourself and you invested time here. Thank you, by the way. Make sure you close out Facebook, go to a quiet area. I mean, really, you're investing in yourself for really the next 45 minutes, which I appreciate. The other thing is keep an open mind, because as we go through this, I'm going to talk about techniques that if you've tested and found things differently, I'd love to hear it, right? It's all about the community and building. Ask questions and take notes. Now, do me a favor, if you haven't already done so, make sure you go to socialmediaadgenius.com/webinar-workbook. Again, that's socialmediaadgenius.com/webinar-workbook. You should have got the link in your email as well. It's good to follow along with. And why people go there real quick. That's the only link I'm going to give you to say, hey, go outside of here. I'm really curious. Can you all still hear me? And I love would always ask this question. Where is everyone from? Tell me in the question section. Type it in there. Where is everyone from? UK, Dallas, San Francisco, Boulder, Sylvania, Chicago, San Antonio, Fort Worth, Nebraska. Jen, it is great to see you. I am a Husker as well. BC, Little Rock, Lebanon, Sweden, Australia. Man, Ryan, you got a good-looking group here. Pacific Palisades, Brazil, San Francisco. This can work all over. I love to see this. So, man. Okay, by the way, you'll notice I talk a little fast. If you think I talk a little too fast, you can type it in here, and I'm going to try to slow down a little bit, right? I just got a lot of information to go over. And the main thing is I'm going to be real open with all of you. I wake up in the morning and I love to get to work. I mean, I literally love this business because of what we've been able to build, because of its predictability. So I'm going to share with you the same thing. Sometimes I get a little excited, so let's just jump right on into it. Okay? Now, everyone at the end of the presentation, they're going to get the slides from today's webinar. You know, we have a multiple slides. Sorry, I was reading some of the questions, which I shouldn't read and present at the same time. So we're going to make sure we give you the slides. We always try the best to record it. We can never guarantee, so stay on till the end, because you just never know what's going to happen. And also, I'm going to give you my conversion funnel checklist. This is how we set up some really basic funnels to get people to start going through the process as well. And it's really just some of the tools that I use as well. So really what happens is when we start getting on into this is I'm going to show you exactly what Facebook teaches as well. Now, Facebook's going to basically teach this. So create a page, create engaging content, advertise, target, measure. Okay, simple enough, right? I think everybody here at one point has created a page. You should create a page for your business as you're advertising. Pretty simple. Well, on the cover page, one of the things you want to do is you want to make it some type of bright image. Not something that necessarily promotes your business with big logos and call to actions and phone numbers. Imagine a picture that you would see at the USA Today. What's the first thing you want people to get to know you by? What kind of branding and image? Now, here's a tip. If you don't know what Fiverr is, Fiverr.com, it's one of the best sites out there that can help you do Facebook banners. Literally, really, really easy. Okay, now, add a profile picture, by the way. So here's the thing. Is a profile photo. Make it really simple and easy. So for instance, we have a program, Social Media Ad Genius. We have the little Einstein guy here. He's inside of our logo. What a lot of people do is they'll try to put in their business name. They'll try to put in some words in there. Remember, this photo is going to show up on all your posts and all your ads. Make it something easy and recognizable. Really, really, really important. Okay. Now, on the About Us page, fill this out completely. This is one of those things that a lot of people miss. Really important, okay? If you fill this out completely, Facebook will value your ads a little bit more. See, Facebook has what you call a quality score. What you get charged on Facebook for clicks and how often your ads display depend on how good of a citizen you are on Facebook. But again, a lot of these rules are unwritten. One of the best things I can tell you is if you want to look like a good citizen and make sure your ads get served right, go to the About Us section on your fan page and fill out every single thing that you possibly can with as much detail. Also, the graph search, that little search bar at the top where you can search Facebook, it's going to help pull up your page. Honestly, I don't really care about SEO for my fan page, and I don't really care if people can find me on Facebook when they do a search. Not a lot of them do, but Facebook values you as a better citizen. So fill all this out. It's a big missed opportunity by people. Also, on top of that, you want to post engaging content, and this is actually really easy to do. Facebook wants you to share stories and content that readers and fans will engage with and share. Now, I'm not talking about getting 500 likes on a post and only 2 clicks to your website. Facebook actually wants you to send people back to your website, but you got to do it the right way. Blog posts are a great way to do that. Also some motivational statements, and I'll give you some other ideas as well too. Now, here's the interesting part. Again, this is exactly what Facebook trains the public. Facebook says, okay, whenever you do a post or even run an ad for a post, Facebook suggests 90 characters or less with a call to action, question, or incentive. So like hashtag real big summer, time for fun, sun, fun, and blank. Fill in the blank, right? You got to fill in the blank. Okay? But at the Facebook event that I showed you a picture of where we were at, a Facebook ad rep told us at the event that they don't want a call to action and statements in your content. So they want statements in the content. Then a rep tells us that's not true. And then a news article recently comes out that says don't use clickbait, like direct response marketing, like all the stuff that works out there. Like, hey, do you want find out what 5 out of 7 people say about using surveys in online marketing? Or you're not going to believe what Prince Harry did when he ... That doesn't give enough description for the person who's clicking on the ad to understand what's on the other side. So what Facebook is doing is they're moving to the lines of what Google's done in the past, and they're working on bounce rate. So if you have an ad that says, find out the 5 things that Prince Harry hates when he ... and it jumps over to the page and you're selling some kind of health supplement, it's not congruent and people will bounce back, right? It's called a bounce rate. They're on your site for just a couple of seconds and then they bounce back. Facebook will actually stop serving your ads, or it can serve your ads more slowly if your ads are not congruent with the people you were targeting and the message in your ad and the message on your lander. That's $1 million tip right there. You want to use headlines and let people know what they're going to see when they click on through. Okay? I'm going to give you a couple of other tips that people on Ryan's team uses and some of the people that he's in business with and networks with, that what they're doing right now has been cutting edge for email, that literally is cutting edge huge right now if you use it right. And I mean, let's be honest. Facebook changes a rule, but then doesn't talk about it. There's a bunch of confusion. So let's talk about some of their actual advertising, right? So you can advertise in the news feed, directly in someone's news feed. They don't have to like your page. You can advertise on mobile phones, which I'm going to show you the cool enhancements that they have for mobile. By the way, there's over 1.1 billion people on mobile now. Right-hand side ads, okay? All different display ads. Facebook would rather have you, instead of saying, click on the link to find out more, they want you to use these little call to action buttons in your ads. So they want you to start to tell a story at the top, right? They want you to start a story that makes people feel good. What Facebook doesn't like, and again, this is not written anywhere, Facebook doesn't like sad stories. The reason is because people who feel bad by reading a sad story, or do you suffer from joint pain? Actually, that calls out people medically. You can't advertise like that. Do you hate when you can't pay your mortgage or whatever? Any stories that are negative, Facebook has found out through testing that people who read negative stories tend to act more negative on Facebook, i.e., they spend less time on Facebook. So you want to have a story, really important. You want to have a story that's positive, and then that leads over to the other side as well. Really important, and that has to be congruent. I'm telling you, stories are huge. Now, here's the thing that Facebook's going to talk about. I want to talk about what Facebook trains on their own targeting. Okay? We have 3 types of targeting. We have core audiences, we have custom audiences, and we have lookalike audiences. Really important on these 3 differences. I'm going to talk about core audiences first. These are people on Facebook. So I can target people on Facebook by their interest, their location, and their demographics. So I can target people who are interested in healthy living, they live inside of Austin, and they're moms with 1 kid, 3 kids, whatever. I can also target people for their behaviors they take outside of Facebook. So I can actually target people who have spent money before from Facebook ads. That's important. Plus, I can even find out who purchased green smoothies in the last 90 days. I mean, I can get really specific on my targeting. So what we do is we really focus, okay, who do you want to attract to your business? I mean, if you're following Ryan's process with the surveys, you already know who to attract. So that makes targeting in the core audiences a lot easier. So you have interests, and with those interests, I can say, I want to target healthy living. I want to target people in Austin, Texas for my yoga studio. I want to target moms. I want to target people who have already bought stuff from third parties who advertise on Facebook, and people who purchase green smoothies. I mean, literally, I can get really laser targeted on who I'm talking to. Now, the next type of targeting is going to be in custom audiences. A little bit different. Like, you either control it or Facebook will control building your audiences. Here's what I mean by that. So let's just say you have an email database. Now, this can be from leads that you've collected. Maybe your business has a list of customers. Maybe you've attended a trade show where you have a list of people who've signed up. What you can do is you can upload those emails directly into Facebook. And it's all secure, and Facebook won't ever see the emails. They just match it up. And Facebook will actually match up those email addresses that those people have registered with Facebook. So, you have the Facebook email you've signed in with. Well, you may have a different email that you use for business that you don't sign in with. It's not going to match up those people. So typically we see a 40 to 50% match on the emails that we upload. However, you can also upload phone numbers where we see about a 70% match. Well, what does a match mean? Well, a match means that now I can run specific ads to these people. If they're buyers, well, I can run specific ads on my new product. If they're people who opted in and now I have a live event that's going to be in their area, I can target just those people based off their interest level. And I can also use it for exclusion targeting. And what I mean by that is a lot of times during the holidays, we like to run flash specials. They're good for 24 to 48 hours. We don't want our buyers to see that you can get our products and services for $100 or $250 less, right, than versus on that flash sale. So you want to exclude those people. Well, Facebook will also go out and find the people and match them up and say, let me go out and find on Facebook similar audiences. They're called lookalike audiences. This is where the rubber really meets the road with Facebook. It becomes huge. Now, so basically, why do you run custom audiences? You run ads to tell customers about a brand new product, and you leave out your customer list so you're not advertising something to them. You can also create the lookalike audiences where Facebook really does start doing all the hard work. And by the way, I'm looking over on the left. I see a bunch of questions coming in. I'm going to answer those towards the end. So stick to the end of the presentation. I want to be sensitive to everyone's time. A lot of information to go over. You all are asking some absolute brilliant questions in here as well. I really appreciate it. All right. So as I move on I want to talk about this lookalike audience thing that I've mentioned a couple of times, okay? Here's what happens is, let's say I have a customer named John, and I have a customer named Alexis, right? I upload them. I tell Facebook, go find me more people who are like John. I mean, John's already bought, let's just say, 3 of my products. I want to advertise to people that are very much like him on Facebook. So I can even say, hey, go out and find me more customers that are like Alexis. So Facebook will do a lot of the heavy lifting for me. So let me show you my most favorite part of this. Now, this is huge, right? By the way, this is how Facebook teaches it, but this is how you cut your ad cost in half. Here's the thing. Conversion tracking. So you create a tracking pixel, you implement your pixel on the website, you create ads with a conversion tracking pixel, and you review reports to determine ROI and ad spend. But hang on, it gets a lot better. Conversion tracking. So with conversion tracking, Facebook allows you to optimize your ads and drive value. So in the conversion tracking process, you can track ROI of ad spend and optimize CPM. That delivers the users who are most likely to convert. Really, really, really important. You may be like, what the heck did you just say, Kurt, right? This is the way that was just explained, what I just explained there, is what I understood for over a year that we were running ads. I met a Facebook rep and they're like, oh, I don't think you understand how this works. And what they told me made a huge difference in my business, and honestly, one of the reasons I'm here today. I mean, we've attracted clients like it with crazy. You just have to understand how it properly works. So how this whole thing properly works, I'm going to show you what we figured out from our own testing. These are the tried and true methods with Facebook, okay? So here's what we got. I'm going to show you the 7 steps to effective Facebook marketing. Oops, and I backed up one. All right, here's the 7 steps. You're going to have this on your workbook as well too. Here's what we got. So my 7 steps to effective Facebook advertising. Step 1, drive targeted likes to your page. Now, I don't care about how many likes that you have on your page. The actual number of likes doesn't really matter. What happens is you're going to quantify and qualify your best traffic. So imagine we're standing with an audience that's, let's say 500 people in the room. You and I are standing on stage and we're looking to attract, let's say, entrepreneurs who are interested in financial planning, okay, for their business. We're going to stand on stage and we're going to say, how many people here are entrepreneurs and own their own business? Let's just say out of the 500 people, 200 hands go up. Now we're only going to talk to those 200 people. We're going to say, how many entrepreneurs out there would like to know how to financially plan for their business? And then from that, we see out of those 200 people, 100 hands go up. Now we're going to talk to those 100 people. We use running targeted likes to help define your audience. And then once we define the audience, we post maybe once a day to engage in front of that audience. It's kind of like what you're doing with what you do with email follow-up. You're engaging with the people who liked your page. Your best engaging post, you turn to a promoted post. I'm going to show you how that works in a moment. But what happens is you figure out, where am I getting the best engagement? How do I promote that best engagement? And then from there, you use those posts, those promoted posts that have worked the best for you, you turn those into dark posts. Basically, you figure out your most perfect ad to your perfect customer, and you're able to run what a dark post is. Are there ads that will show up in people's news feed that are not associated with your fan page? You can run ads in people's news feeds on the right-hand side and mobile. We figure out the perfect ad to run. Once you get the perfect ad, you start turning those into stories that are congruent with your landing page. You start hitting step 6. This is everything that Ryan teaches. Everything that Ryan talks about in his tribe goes into the funnel targeting. We show you how to get Facebook to do the heavy lifting and then how to set up retargeting as well. See, what we do is we tell people, identify your avatar. Look at Facebook pages and websites that your avatar would frequent, right? Really think about, where do my customers like to hang out? What magazines do they like to read? What stores do they like to visit? Look at those fan pages because you can see what type of content works on their pages as well. Really, really, really important. Now, the other thing is what we're doing is we're going to start looking at content that we think is going to really help out the likes that we're getting to the page. It's the Oprah effect, right? We're figuring out the content they enjoy. So what happens is we start driving those targeted likes. We're going to increase reach. You're going to pre-qualify all your potential customers with an effective like campaign. This is laser targeting and emotional ads like, do you love being an entrepreneur? Now, this is going to start helping you build that initial warm list to help do some of that market research. Now, let's say you already have a lead list. Let's say you already have over 10,000 leads. You can upload them directly into Facebook, and Facebook will tell you their makeup and demographic. They'll tell you the age range. They'll tell you the gender. They'll tell you what pages they have a high probability of liking. They have household income. What have they purchased before? I mean, literally, if you have over 10,000 leads or over 5,000 fans on your fan page, the demographic information that you can get that Facebook will tell you exactly who to target is absolutely amazing. If you don't have a large list, start with likes. If you have a list of over 5,000 people, upload it here. You don't necessarily have to run the likes. If you do affiliate marketing, you can go directly into targeting, but you want to keep up your engagement for branding. So, and I can answer questions on that specifically at the end. So, engagement overall. With an engagement is this: create friendly and engaging content to increase audience reach for each post to your fan page. The bigger the reach, the more exposure you're going to get for your brands, products, and services. This is really important. As you start qualifying people with likes, you really want to find out, okay, what kind of content do they like? These are going to turn into your best ads. Now, how do you find some of the best ads on your own? Well, really easy. Your content should be so compelling that when you scroll down the screen, that you can stop scrolling through the newsfeed. It's called the thumb stopper, right? So I encourage you, not now, but later, go onto your cell phone or go onto, or on your computer and start scrolling down your personal newsfeed and start looking at the images that make you stop, which is interesting because Facebook has an algorithm to serve you images that you are most likely would like to see. And excuse me, that you most likely would like to see. So don't get caught up like I sometimes do, and I know other people do, is you start looking at the stuff you're supposed to be at the thumb stopper, right? And all of a sudden you spent 30 minutes on Facebook wondering how. That's all part of the scientific algorithm. But see what makes you stop that will probably make your avatar stop as well. What we do is we take a post and we take a post, which is a boost post. What we do is we find out, okay, once a week, we publish a blog post for content. We're already attracting in likes, so what we do is we hit boost post to make sure people see our blog post or a training video once a week. This is really for branding. You set the setting for a boost post that you click this button down here, and you set it for a minimum of 3 days at just $5 a day. Literally, even if you have 20,000 fans, you're attracting in likes, and you're doing a boost post once a week to keep your content in front of people. Remember, if they do not like or comment on any of your posts, well, the thing is they're not going to see them again. So you always need to be spending money to keep your image in front of people, even if it's $5 a day. See, what's going to happen is once a week you do a boost post, but you can also run a small boost post campaign for each blog post that you're going to create. So what happens is you're attracting over likes, you're figuring out what engaging content that they have, and you're keeping your blog post up in front of people, establishing that you're the expert or that people should really look to you for the guidance. See, what happens is once we find out if people are really engaging with your boost post, do your fans and friends of fans like it? Well, then what we can do is we can target the keywords where you're getting the best likes. Remember I said you want to pre-qualify likes by getting hands raised in the air? And we want to test out to see what most engaging posts that we have? Well, we can take our best engaged posts and target them to the keywords where we're getting the most effective likes. That's our pre-targeting. So now, let's say we're targeting the keyword entrepreneur. They see a like campaign. They see a very successful blog post that you've done. They see an engaging post. This really drives a lot of branding, credibility, and starts establishing your traffic. See, what happens is this. Once you establish what post is the best, what's going to happen is inside of, your dark post is any of your ads or any of your posts that have currently worked that do not have to be attached to a fan page whatsoever, that you can just run ads inside of anybody's newsfeed, mobile, whatever, and it looks like it's coming directly from your fan page. So a dark post is where you can test lots of different ads, and those posts do not show up on your fan page. Now, one of the most important things of the steps here, I mean, we talked about the ad basics right here, but here's the thing, is advertorials. So step 5, advertorials. What an advertorial is what we basically call native marketing, okay? And here's what I mean by native marketing or native advertising. If you go to Google and go to social media marketing, you can see that the paid ads at the top for Google right here, that's paid on the right-hand side. This is paid right here, this is organic on the third part. They all look really congruent, right? It looks like it's all very congruent with one another. So native advertising, like if you go to AOL, over here on the right-hand side, I can see that this is clearly a banner right here. Now, right here as well, is you can see right here in the middle, it looks like other news stories, but they're actually ads. This one right here, sponsor-provided content. Now, I'm kind of curious because I want to double check. I saw a couple questions come in here as well, too. Have you guys noticed that the more that you read stories online, you're finding ads that look like stories? I just want to do a double check right here. By the way, yes, I'm recording. Yes, we have the steps written down. Someone asked, I didn't think you could do promoted post anymore. That is a promoted post you can't do with your personal profile anymore. You can absolutely do it with a fan page. So again, have you all noticed that you can easily see, have you all noticed that you can see a lot more of these advertisements, these advertorials showing up? Oh yeah, especially on Yahoo. Yeah, ads look like that. That's right. Because Facebook wants to serve ads to people that's congruent with what they're already seeing. Facebook don't want ads that really stand out. Facebook wants the ads to look very congruent, exactly like this, right? So with this right here, this is a post that you may see that one of your friends could share as well. And this is 11 famous actors anyone hates working with, right? This goes over to a blog article. But it looks really congruent with everything that's going on inside of Facebook, right? Meaning like with your avatar. See, Facebook wants the content of their network to be feel good. They want good stories. So I got to tell you, Andre Chaperone, he's brilliant. I mean, for how Ryan's partnered up with him and some of the things he does with him. If you guys have Andre Chaperone's ability, I shouldn't say ability because he's brilliant. If you've seen any of his content before, like the SOS Autoresponder, the soap opera series, if you start stories on Facebook and carry them over to your landing page, that's exactly what Facebook's looking for. They'll serve your ads, you'll get cheap pay-per-click, you'll get more opt-ins, because Facebook loves relevancy and congruency. So what happens is we really got to talk about the funnel targeting. This is where the rubber's really going to meet the road. I mean, I don't do a lot of, let's just do an engagement post and a boost post. We run a lot of traffic directly into funnels. Let me take a drink because this is where it gets exciting, and I want to make sure I don't talk too fast, right? So here's basically the basic layout of a funnel. So we have we have attention, attraction, marketing, sales, raving fans, and high ticket. Everything we're going to do on Facebook is attention. That's the like campaign, right? Or if you already have leads, great. Attraction. Those are going to be the engagement posts to figure out which one of the ads are the best. Marketing, we're going to figure out what our best posts are, and we're going to split test our marketing. That's all done in Facebook. Everything that Ryan teaches and has you take you through is this right here. Getting those people in the front door. Once they're in the front door, now what? What do we sell them? How do we turn them into raving fans? How do we sell the high ticket sales? This is why I say over and over, I firmly believe that if you're on this webinar right now and Ryan referred you over here, you're in the perfect storm, because if you attract the top and you do it right, everything becomes predictable and puts it through the funnels that you create. So funnel targeting. Now we can target the age and gender because we know who we want to target. We now target locations, Facebook interest, general interest. And general interest is where you can broadly qualify people, like people who are interested in exercise, people who are interested in golf, or people who are interested in basketball. And off-site habits. So off-site habits for partner categories. Again, these are things that people do outside of Facebook that are tracked. And conversion lookalike audience. See, Facebook will do all the heavy lifting. And this is going to take me a couple of minutes to explain. I'm not going to get too technical into it, but this is where all the money is in Facebook. If you set up everything I just told you, this right here, the conversion lookalike audience targeting, is going to be the most critical. By the way, I need to tell you this. Here's a quick tip to spy on other advertisers. So if you want to reverse engineer what other people are doing, right? All you got to do is this. Click on this little arrow that you see right up here on any ads in your newsfeed or the right-hand side. Then click on why am I seeing this? And then it will tell you what keyword you are being targeted from, or why you are being targeted, or if it's a retargeting ad. So that's really important and really easy to find out. Well, I mentioned retargeting. Well, retargeting is targeting very specific people with specific ads based off of the specific actions they took, right? It's kind of like what we call the invisible funnel, meaning that you can target people wherever they visited certain pages if you do it right. One of the things for us, we make over half of our sales literally done by retargeting. Really, really, really important. I'm going to show you exactly how Facebook's going to do the hard work on that as well too. Here's my favorite piece to the whole thing as we round this whole thing out. And again, I see some great questions. I'm going to answer questions here in a couple of minutes. Facebook optimization targeting using Facebook conversion pixels. This is absolutely huge. Facebook will profile your perfect prospect for you. So I already know John's a buyer, right? Well, I want to chat. Sorry, let me back up. I'm going to slide too soon. I want to target John. I know who my avatar is. I'm very clear on my targeting. I want to target John. I want to get John to go to my website. Because when John goes to my website, I'm going to put a little pixel, or some people say a tracking cookie. Facebook gives you this little code, very easy to insert, and it's free. So we can track when John goes to my website. Well, I also want to be able to track when John opts into my email list. And I want to be able to track when John looks at and or purchases my offer. Because now what I can do is I can say, Facebook, go out and find me similar visitors like John who went to my website. This is great to get more traffic for your blog for branding. Very similar visitors. I can target similar opt-ins. That's going to grow my lead list. I can also target similar buyers. That's really where the money is. And that gives you a whole bunch more money. Now, I got to just be truthful with you here. In the next couple of slides, you have seen that my business partner, Nick Bridges, is absolutely amazing and loves design. Well, I like to explain things in a really simple fashion so everyone gets it. So you may want to point out, it's going to be interesting, you may want to point out what slides are the difference between mine and Nick's, and I'll figure out some prize I'll give you as well too. So if you see my slide pop up, you'll know. The conversion pixel. With the conversion pixel, again, this is in the backside of Facebook, you can track and optimize your campaigns for clicks, leads, sales, video views, page likes, post engagements. You can really send traffic for anything that you want. And they have an attribution for 28 days. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but here's basically what it is. An attribution, Facebook has told us that over 98% of people who look at or click an ad don't usually buy the same day. They buy within 28 days. So you can actually see the effect of your Facebook ads as you consistently run them. How long does it take someone to buy? What was the reach? This is huge. So a conversion pixel is going to go on each goal page you want to optimize for Facebook. Maybe your blog, maybe your opt-in, maybe for sales. An audience pixel. Now an audience pixel is just this little pixel that you're going to create, this little code. And what's going to happen is you're going to create a custom audience by uploading a list of email names or phone numbers like I mentioned before. Or you can put a little pixel called a retargeting pixel. This is from your audience section. So what ends up happening is if someone goes to your shopping cart but doesn't buy, you can serve them with a specific ad. I'll show you an example in a second. The audience pixel is going to allow you to Facebook to monitor your traffic and then create a similar audience. The top 1% of Facebook profiles that match whatever goal is that happened, maybe opt-ins or buys, or up to 5% greater. So it's like, hey, Facebook, I got 100 sales. Go out and find me the similar, the top 1%. So Facebook's going to find other profiles that match the top 1%, basically really finite. Could be a couple 100,000. Or Facebook, go out and find me greater people. Could be 5 million, right? There's not as many similarities, just a couple. We usually target similar audiences versus great, but target both. You'll see why in a minute. Here's the deal as we round this whole thing out, okay? A lot of people think the money is really in Facebook ads, and that's why I couldn't be more excited to do this webinar, because unequivocally, that's not true. Your Facebook ads has to go into a funnel. It has to. Otherwise, the ads are worthless, and a lot of people see themselves locked out of what we call the Facebook profits. So here's how it works. The Facebook money is really in the funnel. That's why I'm glad that you all are here. So we're going to take this ad. We're going to send that Facebook ad, and I'm going to go through the funnel very quickly, okay? We're going to send them to our landing page. You know, they may take a survey. They're going to opt in. From the opt-in, they're going to get whatever we got with their lead magnet, whatever their special report was or video series. They're going to go through the funnel where they get a couple of emails, and then they're going to fill out a sales page, survey, and then they're going to buy from you, or whatever that person does through the funnel for you to track the buy, right? So here's what happens. Here's the conversion pixel. Now, here's the thing, is the conversion pixel, I like to explain like a cookie, right? These little tracking cookies that people get. By the way, Matt, I'm going to figure out a way to, I'm going to send you something after this. Congratulations. Yes, this is my slide. But a conversion pixel is a tracking cookie. It's going to track what people do. So Facebook doesn't mind if you send people outside of Facebook. But remember, with security software, people rebooting their computers, whatever, tracking cookies kind of fade after a while. But if you set it up right, Facebook's going to do all the hard work. So let's walk through this real quick. So you got Facebook, right? You're going to send your customer to your lead page, where you're going to want to track how many people go to your opt-in page, right? Because that's great for blog traffic. And then I want to find out if they go and they opt in, I want to track that, right? I want to track that they went to our landing page. I want to track that they opted in. So what are the goals that I want to track? And what are the goals I want Facebook to optimize for? I want to find out if they went to my shopping cart but didn't buy, and I want to find out when they buy, right? I'm going to cookie them throughout the entire process. So a pixel is each one of the cookies. Now, this is where Facebook starts to do all the hard work. So as soon as you have your funnel designed, you start putting in the cookies now and then consistently run traffic. Don't shut it off. See, what happens is you're going to install audience pixels on specific pages that you want to retarget with ads. I mean, the fortunes and the follow-ups, that's why I got this little cheesy audience or this little cheesy fortune cookie follow-up, right? So they go to my lead page, but they don't opt in. They can be retargeted in the future. Okay? Well, how about they opt in? So they have some level of interest. Now there's another fortune cookie. Well, wait a minute. They went to my sales page. They looked to buy my stuff, but they didn't buy. That's another retargeting pixel. Or, fortune's always in the follow-up. Your buyers are most likely to buy from you again. So we want to get a conversion pixel on certain pages on the goals we want to track and the audience pixel on what we want to show people, right? So look at this. Fortune's in the follow-up. We like to call this right here. Let me show you. There we go. We call this funnel targeting. With what Ryan teaches, here's, and I'm a big guy. Here's my weight worth in gold for you all right now. Okay? Here's what happens. Look at this. So what happens is we're going to send someone in for our Facebook ads, right? Now, this is literally where all the money is, okay? So someone goes to our lead page, but they don't opt in. I'm going to retarget those people. A lot of the times I'll do it with a different ad. We use videos right now a lot. We make a lot of sales off of videos. But let's say someone goes to our opt-in page. They at least clicked on our ad, but they didn't opt in. So now what I do is I retarget these people with our blog post. It gives more branding. They start seeing my face all over. This is more traffic to your blog, right? So this is really where the fortune and the follow-up starts to happen. Now let's say someone opts in. Well, I can remarket all my opt-ins and exclude people who have already bought. Or I can market to people who have shown a certain level of interest in my products, right? So maybe I show a different type of ad or a coupon to remarket people. And then let's say they go to my landing page or they go to my buy page, but they don't buy. Well, I can show them a different ad. And a lot of times what I do is I show testimonial videos or a tour of our office so people can see what the agency does and everything else that we do. So here's what ends up happening. This is what I think is brilliant and Facebook does the best at. As the more that you write this down, the more that you consistently run traffic, the more that the conversion pixel grows. So Facebook pixel starts to grow on your lead page. This is a lookalike traffic to your blog. After 100 people have visited your blog, you can create a lookalike audience. Now, once people have opted in, you have over 100 opt-ins, you can have Facebook go target people who are lookalike opt-ins. Oh, this is where the beauty comes in. Down here, this is where the money is. Once you make 100 sales, you can tell Facebook, go out and create me a lookalike buyers list and then optimize for the conversion pixel of the buy or optimize for more opt-ins for your list. I mean, literally, this is where Facebook does all the hard work for you, and it's very easy to set up. Most people just don't understand. They just don't know the simple buttons to hit. So, and by the way, Ray asked real quick, no, you don't have to get 100 sales in 7 days. You just got to consistently be running traffic at it. So I've covered a lot of really valuable tips on Facebook advertising today, and I know sometimes I talk fast and information can be a bit overwhelming. So I feel like I must warn you about this. This is really important. There are a lot of people doing Facebook products and Facebook ads out there. Unless you're spending $1 million a month, you're going to sit in this same customer support line that everybody else does. And if you've already run Facebook ads, you know that Facebook does not have good customer service and communicate with people on a regular basis. Or I like to tell people, hang out in our tribe. I mean, you can see and learn from us, learn with us, hear our stories, hear the people we're working with. Inside of our community, we have a whole group of people that work and assist each other. So here's basically your options at the end of this entire thing. You could hire our agency if you wanted to do that. Again, that's Black Box Social Media. We create all your ads. We manage your campaigns. It's a phase 1 agency fee. It starts out at $5,000, and we're going to ask you to spend a minimum of 10 grand to really split test stuff out. Like, one of my favorite posts that I have borrowed, stolen, whatever from Ryan is, look, people that have to buy a McDonald's, what is it, $1 million, like I mentioned before, $500,000 cash, $1 million in equity, and you're not expecting to make profit for a year. You're going to have to spend some money to test lots of different things in your funnel and how effective it can be. For us to really do our testing, we're going to spend 10 grand because we're going to test a ton of stuff. You don't have to do that. Now, some people do say, hey, Kurt, look, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to go to that thing called the Google and the YouTube. I find if I do things on my own, we call it the extended learning curve. Or use my shortcut. And here's the processes that we made for you. We've made it really, really simple. And honestly, the best thing that you have is the power of choice, right? So I'm going to show you Social Media Ad Genius here real quick. And then, like I said, I'm going to answer all of your questions. We basically took everything that we do in the agency. We've documented all of our processes. We've done this around the world. We've worked with thousands of people. I don't care if you're a brick and mortar, if you're doing live events, if you want to monetize a blog, if you're in direct sales. We even have people who sell porta potties that we've worked with before, e-commerce sites, affiliate marketing. Doesn't really matter. Virtually any business, online or offline, can be marketed on Facebook. What we do is this will work for basic people just starting out, or I'm in masterminds with Ryan where people are spending $5,000 a day. They jump right into level 3. They go right in the conversion pixel strategy. They know how to layer the pixel or season the pixel. And that's where you can see a 50 to 70% decrease in your ads, in your acquisition costs if you set things up right the first time. And what Ryan teaches on funnels, literally, like, you can't get it wrong. So again, this is all comprised from the years that we've spent money on Facebook, the $4 million that we've spent. Write this down. This is probably one of the most critical things that we talk about here. Everything that I tell you or that you see or that you learn, you want to test, monitor and review, improve, quantify results, share results, monitor for changes. Literally in that area. So people will tell me stuff at masterminds and I'm like, great, have you tested that? And I kind of believe them, but I don't believe anything until I test and verify it. Then I'm going to monitor and review, and I'm going to improve. I'm going to quantify results. And one of these last two is share results. That's why I'm here today. I love to hear your feedback on what you've run for your ads. Having a community, and again, like what you were all in for the funnel with Ryan, like sharing those results can just accelerate your learning and decrease your learning curve in such an amazing way. It's all about sharing the results and learning from others. And then, of course, you're monitoring for changes. So starting today, our success can be your success. Mike Dillard's a client of ours. He's done, 55 million online. I go, Mike, can I have a testimonial? Like, he helped me get into this business. And he goes, yeah, the fact that you run all my traffic for me is the highest endorsement I can give. And I'm like, well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. So if you guys know who Mike is, amazing individual, great friend. And these are just some guys right here from inside some of the masterminds that Ryan and I are in. And like, here's Eric says, I can tell you his program set up for newbies and advanced folks. Newbies will want to go through the entire training start to finish. Advanced folks go straight to the strategies. You'll easily save money as you start running ads when you follow our strategies. It's proven and tested. Perfect complete course, bring you from newbie to advanced, very advanced tactics. Kelvin Parker, an amazing individual. Kelvin's like, hey, I've been in direct response for over 30 years. My head just exploded when I really explained the conversion pixel that he saw. Phil Newton, since been doing it since 2002, really moved to really past judgment, but exceptional refreshing how we break down the processes. So let me break down everything for you, okay? Basically what everything is in here is we have video courses. You can download documents. We start out level 1, 2, 3. We have extras, case studies, an entire community. And literally we break it down where it's like, if you're just getting started with Facebook, go to start here, profile your perfect avatar, and then you start moving on your way back up. Get consistent results, right? Now, you may think that all the information provided inside will cost you a pretty penny. I mean, honestly, it really should. I've spent years doing this. We built a business from it. We've hired employees to do it. We've tested millions of dollars through it. I travel a lot because I go to these masterminds to learn from other people. I mean, we just joined a mastermind for $25,000, and that's not going to be the last one I joined for the year just because of the people we get to hang around with. We take all that information, we compile it, we run traffic for people that we even charge up to 20 grand for, and we literally just drew the blueprint that we even have our employees use this exact same course as well too. A lot of times people are like, Kurt, you should sell it for $1,000. I just want to help out a ton of entrepreneurs. I want to show them how to do it step by step, how they can create their own avatar, how targeting can be super easy, and I'm going to give you case studies of how we've done it as well. So you're not going to be paying $9.97 a day, and a lot of it's because of Ryan and just being here. The other thing is we're going to give you social media in 7 minutes. It's a product we did a while back before where it explains all the organic ways of social media marketing. So if you want to learn the organic ways as well too, great. It's a $5.97 value. I want to make sure that I throw that in there as a bonus. So even at $9.97, it's a steal for what we charge clients and what we do with clients. And literally, if you bought the bonuses and Social Media Ad Genius, I mean, the cost would be over $15.90. But I want to make this really, really, really simple and give you a much better deal because really you showed up to invest an hour in your business today, and I absolutely appreciate it. So what we do is I'm going to give you access to that and bonuses. It's just one payment of $297. We do it for a limited time only. We do it until Sunday. But the thing is, especially for you guys, is I want to give you lifetime access. Now, keep in mind, people ask, Kurt, I'm going to give you the link up here for Ryan's link. You know, people ask, they're like, hey, Kurt, do you update Social Media Ad Genius as soon as Facebook makes a change? Yes and no. Here's the no. I don't update our Social Media Ad Genius training until I've tested, verified, and find out what works and what doesn't. I really dislike trainings that are like, hey, here's the greatest, newest, amazing, it shuts down in 3 weeks. No, I'm going to test it with my personal money. I'm going to test it with our clients' money second, and then we're going to report the findings back to you once we can explain it. And you're going to get lifetime access to that. By the way, don't just decide right now if you're saying, hey, Kurt, I don't know if this is for me, I'm starting out, or I'm advanced, I don't know if this is going to be too simple. Look, I don't care how little or how much money you're spending on Facebook. It's really easy to make your investment back on this. And if you're not able to make a bunch of leads in 30 days, if you're not able to start even producing a sale in 30 days, if you don't like my voice, heck, if you don't like the way that I look, just let us know. We'll gladly refund your purchase. I'm really confident in our product. We've had great success stories all over the world, and I know it works because we run for our clients. Now, as a bonus, since you all stayed with me as well too, what we're going to do is we're going to give you 30-day access to our mastermind group. Now, what happens is inside of here, literally, we have all these conversations, all these videos, very much like what Ryan has as well too, where you can see where I answer questions about the conversion pixel. And I'm on here and community members are, how do we do X, Y, and Z? How did you first start selling? Lots of stuff in here as well. I mean, it's really about the community. So as soon as you click on the link and you go visit the link, you're going to be taken to a secure checkout page. When you go to the secure checkout page, you're going to get a direct link over to you. Sometimes it takes 3 to 5 minutes. Let me know if you don't get it. We'll make sure that we force it on over. It just depends because as people start really flooding on through here, sometimes it takes 5 to 7 minutes to get to you. But it's all secure and it's all really easy. And literally, you're on your way becoming a social media ad genius as you go onto the link right here, socialmediaadgenius.com/Ryan. I mean, Pastor John Riley, amazing individual. All he wanted to do is attract more people over to his church. So what he started to do is he started to advertise on Facebook to attract people over his church and with some of his videos. He started growing his radio following and his fan page just started to really take off. We even have people that I like taking screenshots as I first discovered Ad Genius. I've been very appreciative of the free videos, the website, but the products they offer the best. Feel like grow a leg up because of the tips. Thanks to all your responses to questions, I'm seeing great benefits in Smag brings and I move along and ask questions to figure out fine details of marketing. So appreciate that as well. Here's some people inside of our masterminds that are saying, did you know Kurt once saved an entire village from starvation with just one Facebook ad? Kind of unique. So can't verify or confirm. But here's the other thing, fast action bonus. We wrap this whole thing up, and I appreciate you allowing me to go over just a little bit. The first 10 people who sign up for Social Media Ad Genius community, I'm going to give you something special because really entrepreneurs who make quick decisions are usually the ones that are changing the world. People who procrastinate and wait on things, typically it never gets done. So I always love to reward action. I've already seen 5 people come in already. But fast action bonus, I'm only going to do 10 spots. Here's what you're going to get. I'm going to allow you to sit into my private mastermind. I do a lunch and learn for people who pay $3,000 to $6,000 to be in our higher mastermind. Every Friday, I answer questions for an hour, any questions that you want. So these people have paid $3,000 to $6,000 to be in one type of course of ours. Every Friday, they get a lunch and learn call. You're going to be on 2 of those calls like a fly on the wall. You're going to hear some of our training, and I'll answer your questions towards the end from our training as well, too. It's easily a $500 value. And it's literally like, I'm going to answer your questions, but you're really going to see what other people are working on as well. Fast action bonus number 2. I have one of my in-house agency experts that's here. Typically, one of the guys who handles this is Shecky. He's absolutely brilliant. Shecky is like, say, baby boomer who said that technology wasn't for him. He now knows what buttons to hit for his own business. He's amazing at giving people amazing ideas. You're going to get some one-on-one time with Shecky, but you got to take advantage of that today. And I'm going to do that for probably the first 15 people to do it just because they're so... Shecky's time is really valuable. I really want his help for Inside for our students and for our agency. But literally this one call right here is easily worth the price of the course that you can take advantage. I mean, just one idea from Shecky can easily make up your investment overall. So just to review real quick before I go into questions, you're going to get lifetime access to Social Media Ad Genius. You're going to get lifetime access to Social Media in 7 minutes. You have a private Facebook mastermind group you get access to for 30 days. You get a money-back guarantee, no questions asked. You get lunch and learns. So you're going to see those 2 lunch and learns, and those, of course, are for the first 10 people. I'll do the first 15 for the coaching call as well, too. But this isn't something that I offer very often, especially for one payment of $297. You know, we don't take on a lot of clients on their agency side. It's referral only. And we really want to support the students, and we want to be really careful on how many students we bring on at once because we feel the more successful that students are that we can assist them with becoming successful, the bigger our business is going to grow. We love to build advocates. So you don't see me do these huge affiliate launches where I get 50 people to send out for one big webinar where I make $1 million in 2 weeks. Like, that's awesome. But I also came from real estate where someone taught me something, and this is brilliant. Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. You know, some people come into this business, want to train a bunch of people, and they want to train 3,000 people at once. We like training groups of 30, 40, 50 as it starts to snowball. Those become some of our best advocates and best long-term stories, and I'm here for the long haul. I built my business and my cornerstone on the agency. We love the digital products, the groups that we're in, the masterminds we're in, and we unequivocally love sharing the information. So I know we covered a lot of information here. I have a lot of questions I can look right here. I know I've gone over on time a little bit. My voice is going out a little bit. So Ryan, are you still there, sir? May have had another meeting overlap.
I'm absolutely here.
Oh, good.
I'm absolutely here. Can you hear me, my friend?
I can hear you great. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely. I can hear you fine.
Awesome, man. Dude, this was freaking awesome. I was taking lots of notes. I was taking screen captures. I was posting stuff in my Next Level Mastermind for all the folks that were missing out, basically bragging in their face, hey, look at what you're missing out on. Dude, I mean, the competitive intelligence trick about figuring out how people are targeting you, super smart. The idea about, I mean, like, I don't consider myself a Facebook expert at your level, but I feel like I'm someone who's in the know, and like I have like a full Evernote of notes from this. So I just got to say, dude, this was awesome. I mean, really, you totally delivered on this. I do have to, I have a guilty admission. I actually had to step away from the webinar. And the reason why is because I had to rush, and you'll see this in your orders. I actually bought the course because I've seen some of your stuff, but I don't have access to this course. So I literally had to run upstairs to the kitchen where my wallet was to get my my credit card, and so I invested in this course myself. I'm super excited to dive right in, and again, like I don't, you know, I'm paying for this with my own money. I'm not getting like a comp copy of it, so I feel like that's like as high of an endorsement that I can give, as this is something that I invested in myself. So man, you really totally delivered. I mean, I said it on your webinar where I presented Survey Funnel. I feel like people really only need 3 training programs to build a successful business online. Survey Funnel formula to convert, your Facebook course for driving traffic, and Andre Chaperone's email marketing course on following up on that traffic. And if you just did nothing else but focus on those 3 things and ignored everything else and just implemented, that's literally all that you need. So listen, man, this was awesome. And why don't we spend a little bit of time answering Q&A? I can't see the Q&A on my end, otherwise I'd serve to administer that to you. So why don't you just go through what you're seeing, and I've got another 20 minutes that I can be on before I got to run to pick up my son from school, and let's answer as many questions as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me pull those up here real quick. And whoops, I need to I always have a chance where I fat finger something. Hang on one second. I was making sure everyone had the links and that we were getting it all posted and everything else as well too. So we have, there's one special. That's exactly what I want. It's right here. All right. So you guys can't see it because I paused the screen for just a second. But here's what we have for some of the questions. I'm going to scroll back up here. There was a lot of great questions. Really appreciate your questions. I always love when people are like, is this recorded? It could be later, but we're always trying to record these as much as we possibly can as well. But no, I mean, what Ryan and I set up is absolutely live.
That's why. Listen, that's why I took screenshots, because I know sometimes with GoToWebinar, even with your best intentions, technology gets in the way. I've done webinars before that don't get recorded, so I would say, anyone who is here live was very fortunate.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, I'll be truthful with you. Like, GoToWebinar doesn't always record. I mean, Ryan, you know that. So I always do a screen flow. So a couple of people said, hey, the audio kind of went out on and out. It depends on your internet access. But the way that I recorded on this end, it's going to make it all clear as I cross my fingers when I hit that what we call render button as well too. I had a really good question from Al. Al says, can you upload purchase double opt-in list, or is that considered spam? You actually can upload that list. Please, always, 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 I tell all students this is almost common sense, but please make sure that you read the terms of use for Facebook before you start advertising. I know that sounds really simple, but Facebook changes it without notice. Please read that over as well too. Now, if you send me an email, I would be happy. I put together a 55-minute video, if you have some experience in Facebook marketing, of all the new changes that Facebook has gone with as well. So I didn't mention that before, but I give that as a bonus. I think, Ryan, you've seen that. I've shared that. I think in a mastermind with you as well too, to keep people up to date on what you should or shouldn't do. Very, very critical. Like, make sure that you watch that. Happy to give that to anybody who signs up. Otherwise, I only share that in masterminds. So yes,
that's something that you have to get, because one of the things that separates what you do, Kurt, from other people that do Facebook is you do it in a way that is 100% compliant. We're hearing about accounts, and I know you and I know people privately, left and right, who are getting their Facebook accounts shut down. So if nothing else, what you need to do is see the way Kurt uniquely advertises on Facebook, so you can, convert customers, but you can do it in a compliant way that you're not having to sleep with one eye open, wondering if you're going to wake up the next morning with your Facebook account shut down. Because for people who are on this call, there's some people who might be doing Facebook successfully and making money right now, but your business is at risk because you're not doing it in a 100% compliant way. And Kurt, I know the way that you teach things, and I've seen your training on this, you do make sure that what you do is 100% compliant, so you can, sleep like a baby at night.
Yeah, I mean, that's really important. I'm going to touch on that, and I really appreciate you bringing that up. I tell people all the time, and I remind myself that I'm a coach, and sometimes people need to be kicked a little bit, meaning that someday there has to come a time where you're like, look, I got to figure out when I'm going to stop treating this hobby like a business and treat my business like an actual business and invest in that business. I don't mean invest just necessarily money, but it's time and quality. Now, I know that someone that Ryan, I believe you know as well too, this guy was advertising a specific strategy for, let's just say, durable goods on Facebook, right? He was really well known. He set up masterminds, online Facebook groups. He was selling all these kind of scrapers and ID scrapers, and here's a loophole, and here's how to do this. He set up all this business. So imagine Ryan and myself, right? We got Facebook groups, we got mastermind groups, we have high profiles on Facebook, where Facebook literally shuts down the personal profile and ad accounts. Like, you are wiped off of Facebook. Like, that is not just a horror story that I'm just making up that happens to someone who made tens of millions of dollars. Facebook's looking for those people, so I can't reiterate it enough. Do the right thing, especially watch that video I'll send you, like I said, when you invest today. But the most important thing is treat it like a business. Do everything white hat. Don't do anything that kind of skirts around Facebook's terms of use. I mean, I can't stress enough. Running Facebook ads into a funnel for what Ryan teaches and what Andre does for follow-up, that's all you need for a predictable business. Don't try to cut around corners and stuff like that where it becomes a hobby. So I only teach, the white hat to make sure you're doing it right. How many days does it take a custom audience match to take? It says, I'm still waiting to upload since last Thursday. So Ken, that's what's really interesting. It should only take a couple of hours, maybe 24 hours. You may want to delete that and re-upload the list. True story. we don't allow any of our staff members inside of our agency to use the word why. Why does Facebook not accept? We don't know. It's just something that happens and we have to rinse and repeat, right? Otherwise you can sit there all day long going, why doesn't Facebook? So if you see something that's a little outside of the ordinary and it might not make much sense why, we would just start over the process. So there's lots of glitches as Facebook's growing very, very fast to accommodate all the two things. New advertisers, but keep this in mind. There's lots of people who want to access the data of Facebook, meaning they have a huge team to help defend off hackers. So they're not always looking at user experience, right? So they screw up a lot of stuff along the way. Sometimes you just have to rinse and repeat. So that's what I would try, Ken, is I would delete it, rinse and repeat it. Again, a couple of you said the sound was going out. For the way we record it here, it'll be crystal clear in the recording. Yes, there'll be a replay. Hope there's a replay. Didn't find all the answers in the workbook. Rich, I can get you another workbook to make sure that happened. I'll double check that. I thought they stopped the boost post. We said that, yes, that is just for personal pages. They no longer allow you to post or boost a post personally. Yep, a lot of people said that they understood native advertising and why it's so important. Matt came out and said, Matt, send me your email on here, by the way, too. I'll send you a couple of videos that you'll really, really, really like. That'll be for your prize for identifying my slide. I downloaded the funnel, the worksheet. Where does the like happen in the funnel? So, Ray, that happens at the very, very first part. That's to pre-qualify an audience. You know, if you were just getting started, running a like campaign is great so you can start verifying your audience and you can see what keywords resonate the best with your copy. Like for us, do you love social media ads? Do you love social media? Do you love, we use that, do you love blank, question mark, comma, like us, right? Or we'll say, do you like being a savvy online entrepreneur, comma, like us, right? Like us, right? Same kind of play on words. So that's how you start to pre-qualify your audience. If you're running affiliate marketing, I would still say have some kind of branding. Keep in mind, Facebook does not like get-rich-quick schemes, MLMs. So if you're leading with your brand, right? Hey, and I'm making this up. I'm an online marketing coach. I'm going to show you different ways in SEO, paid traffic, Facebook. I'm going to show you how that works. Facebook doesn't mind about that. And then as you start to coach people with products and services, or again, going through Ryan's with the surveys, you can offer additional products and services as well. But the likes is really just to qualify your initial traffic and find out what keywords are going to work best for your ads. But always keep building that brand, right? That's the asset you have long term. Affiliate marketing is great. But the day that you stop affiliate marketing is the day that you stop making money. Putting people into a list, I can tell you, is some of the best money out there. Yeah, Rich, we do take PayPal. Do you have a mastermind group sort of thing? Yeah, that's inside of our Facebook group as well, too. Thanks for the presentation. My biggest concern is Facebook doesn't allow semi-dating relating business at present. Can you get us in? I really can't get you in on it, but for instance, one of the guys here, and this would be a great reason to talk to Shecky. Shecky has a site called The Experienced Man, and he found out that Facebook doesn't like some of the dating stuff that he was doing, but now he starts talking about The Experienced Man as just being a little bit more experienced. He starts kind of like a mature men's health magazine. And then when people get into his list, then he offers the things that Facebook doesn't like about the dating stuff. So he gets people on his list and then sells them appropriately from there. So I just tested the link. Everything looks like it's working well. I'm a coach. I help people with problems. So is there an easy way to make this work, finding people to help solve problems? Yeah, one of the best ways, Terry, videos. You can do a 2-minute video, for instance, that kind of explains what you do, how you can help your exact target market. From there, which is absolutely just amazing, send it over to an opt-in page where they can download a free report. If you just something some people know about, some people don't. PLRs, private label rights. You can type in PLR weight loss, and it will give you a report that someone else wrote that you can put your picture, your name on it, and now you have content, right? So really, really, really important. So how do you target people to solve the problems? Figure out what's some of the biggest pain that they have in their business, or which you kind of have the specialty in coaching. And then from there, make a short video and help solve that problem with a downloadable workbook. You can absolutely do this. We've worked with people to do that, absolutely. Says you're charging clients, you showed $5,000 and up, but is that a one-time fee? Later you showed a monthly recurring. If I buy your course, will eventually have the skills to charge clients myself. Now that, Peter, is a brilliant question. I'm going to answer it real quick, but I have lots of different resources here. So the first thing is, I charge clients $5,000 right now. It's really to weed out the people who are who want to have a business versus that do have a business in momentum, right? And it took some time to get there. I actually created a program called Social Media Manager Pro. When you join, it's actually inside of the community. If you send me an email after you join, I'll send you the videos I sold for $1,000. But there's 6 videos that show people how I structure my language to sell something like this, even the contracts. And yes, you can take this and start helping out small businesses. I have lots of people that done it. Tom and Jeremy, I can give you testimonials. Yeah, you might not charge $5,000 today, but remember, I started with nothing 3.5 years ago. So when I look for working for a large company, right, that's a 45-year plan. We're talking about what happened 3 years later. And your story can be a lot shorter than mine because I'm telling you exactly what we do in our agency. And by the way, I'm not looking for thousands of clients in my agency, just a select few. So I'm happy to show other people how we do that as well too. We took care of that. Do you have any info on Andre Chaperone's course? Larry, that is something I want you to ask Ryan, because it's a good friend, and Ryan does have information on that as well. It says, site cannot be found. I just tested it. Sounded good. How do I target health conditions with Facebook ads? Paul, I'm telling you, I got a great case study where I got, 1, my account shut down, B, on exactly how you run, because you can't really target health conditions. There's a way to target that. I have a case study in that 55-minute video I'll send you. Again, if you join, just tell me if you want that 55-minute video. Tell us about compliance. It's not if you're just first starting out. I'm happy to give that to you. So I record these things if you like it. Okay. Will this help me if I'm just starting out selling t-shirts? It can. Follow the profiles. We have testimonials of people who have used it. You're going to have a lead page in between. Get people into your funnel. That's the best advice I can give you. Any possibility of sending a link to page via email? Yeah, if you put in your email address afterwards, I can send you a payment link if you want me to do that. You want to make sure it should be you're going to socialmediaadgenius.com/Ryan, R-Y-A-N. That is going to take you directly into the place where we have the discount. I'm going to round this out because I know Ryan has to leave here soon. If the link keeps taking you to Facebook, just make sure, again, you're going to this socialmediaadgenius.com/Ryan right here down at the bottom. I'm even just going to double and triple test like I always like to do. I did it right before. I did it on, it depends on what device people are on. So let's take a look. That is copy socialmediaadgenius.com/Ryan. And that takes me directly to this page. Whoops. There we go. Sorry, I had an exit on my other screen. It takes me right here. Okay, so that works. That is good. Let me go back to this real quick. I'm going to round out these last couple of questions. And then again, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate everyone being here today. Problem is today, white hat is today, black hat, and is tomorrow's black hat. And since they don't have to notify you, it's risky. Felix, I run my entire business on it. I'll just be very open with you. I don't agree with you at all. I run a lot of money in here. I see a lot of split testing. It's cool. For me, Felix, I'm just going to be very open with you. Some people are scared to run traffic, and I love that because they're not running traffic. It's the best thing I can tell you. I can tell you that we run it, and I can tell you what works and what doesn't. Thanks. What's the 72-hour warning about? Is that just covering themselves? I'm not quite sure I understand exactly what that is. What's the 72-hour warning about? I don't think I get that one. Maybe you can retype the question as we wind this down. Okay, will this work for selling on Amazon? Yes. I signed up about 10 minutes ago. Did I make it first on the list? Carlos, I'll let you know here in just a couple of minutes, my friend. Signing up for the course, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Ken. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the bonuses. Thank you, Matt. Can't find the sales page. I'll put the link in here just to double check again. We'll send that to everybody. And as we round that down, signing up for the course, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you tell me where to get the copy of the slides? Yep, they're going to be emailed out to you. Are you hiring your agency? If you live in Austin, Texas, yes. You can send Ashley@blackboxsocialmedia.com. Regarding the coaching for the problem, you said Facebook doesn't like things that make people sad. How do I target people with insomnia? Learn how to sleep better. Not, can you not sleep? Important. What's the name of my agency? Black Box Social Media. Black Box Social Media. I already joined. Send me the case studies. I'm happy to. Thanks for putting in your email. I'm coming right on down, Ryan. Almost done. Compliance data is something I feel is ginormous for those who are just starting out. You're right. Diana, I mean, it is. I mean, I go over a lot of information. I just tell people, like, sometimes I'll get on these webinars and I just love sharing information. So I'm like, heck yeah, I'll send these 3 videos. People are like, Kurt forgot to send me those 3 videos. So I'm like, oh yeah, make sure you participate in your own success. Type in your email. It helps me for reminders. I think I do, I don't know, 12 webinars a week or something like that. So, all right. Got the information, cutting and pasting. Your link takes me to a 404 error page. That is, try to remove the www and see if that helps. Again, it's really strange because it absolutely works for me. I don't know if it's browse, cache, and again, you leave your email if you're having any problems whatsoever. And I'm happy to resend you the link as well. I want to make sure everybody has the opportunity. So for me, it still takes me to the same page. I'll send out the presentation. My custom audience just came available. Awesome slide. When it was grayed out, it mentioned it can take 72 hours. When it was grayed out, it mentioned it can take 72 hours. Okay. You were talking about your custom audience. Thank you. Sample definition of running traffic. Oh, it basically just means that you're turning on ads. Ashley at blackboxsocialmedia.com. Ashley at blackboxsocialmedia.com. Terry, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Stephen. Ashley at blackboxsocialmedia.com, Jay. Ashley at blackboxsocialmedia.com. Found it. Can you type in your email address and it'll log you? Okay, Ryan, that is the last question. We have 2 minutes to spare. Man, Ryan, I can't tell you real quick how much I appreciate you, your people. And dude, honestly, I just feel humbled every single day. I get to hang out with people like you and learn from Andre and some of the people you know and the circles you run in. Like, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the mastermind and the brotherhood. And I just appreciate how accepting you are to allow people into your circle and get to know you as well. So I really, really, really appreciate, man, the advice you've given me has changed my business. Thank you.
The feeling is mutual, my friend. I feel like you are one of the truest, most generous givers. And I think the last hour and a half was just a reflection of that. I've done webinars in the past, and some people might have been on those webinars where, you walk away with a little bit of an empty feeling in your stomach. I feel like this, even for me, for what I charge for my time, was worth the hour and a half that I spent, the notes that I took, just on this part of the training alone. And I know because I've seen that 55-minute compliance video, and I've seen some of your other stuff, and I've been in rooms with you where you've taught the more advanced stuff, the more detailed stuff. I can't tell you how excited I am personally to dive into your course. Like I mentioned, I bought it myself. I don't know, how much more of an endorsement I can make. And there aren't a lot of stuff that I buy, and I'll be perfectly honest. I've done webinars in the past with other people where I have not bought their stuff because it's not because it's not good, just because it doesn't fit with my priorities in my business right now. This is one of the highest priorities in my business, and I'll leave you with this. I've been in this game long enough to be around when the first AdWords Wild Wild West experience existed. Meaning you could run traffic on Google AdWords, and you could basically do anything you wanted, and nobody was doing it smart, and you could make a killing doing it right. Well, almost 10 years later, those days are over, right? AdWords is hyper competitive. It's super expensive. You need to be really, really sharp at knowing what you're doing. Well, there's this window of opportunity right now with Facebook, and the game isn't going to last forever. And if it's something that you've been thinking about doing, but you've been putting off, my recommendation to you is this. My only regret with Google AdWords was that I didn't get in that game 3 years earlier, because I lament over the income that I lost from not diving into that faster. And Facebook right now is that thing. 3 years from now, Facebook will not be the same environment that it is right now, but for now, it is a tremendous opportunity. I know from my client businesses, the type of traffic that we're sending, and I'll tell you this on this call right now, in many of my client businesses, and this is crazy because I never would have guessed this 2 years ago, Facebook is the #1 traffic source. Facebook has eclipsed Google AdWords and Google Display specifically as the #1 traffic source. There is that much opportunity available. So for anybody who is considering doing any sort of Facebook advertising, I mean, I can't endorse Facebook enough, and specifically Kurt's course. So gets my highest endorsement. Kurt, my man, awesome to have you on as always, and I'm just looking forward to the next time you and I have a chance to hang out, and maybe it'll be at the next Internet Marketing Party.
I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow at the Internet Marketing Party, or Thursday. That'll be the next time I'll see you.
Awesome.
Thanks, but I really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for your time and investing in yourself today. I appreciate it. See you guys all on the other side. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Well, good day, friends. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I wanted to just give you a testimonial of social media ad genius with Kurt Molly, with my buddy Shecky. My name's T. Lamont Silver Sr. Everyone calls me T. Lamont. We've been in the home business industry for quite some time, but we're fairly new to this whole marketing on the internet and certainly with Facebook. And so the social media ad genius is an amazing course. If you haven't already picked it up, you want to get that in your library. One, number two, you want to go through all the course material. I knew nothing about Facebook marketing. As a matter of fact, I rarely even went into my Facebook account. It was when I clicked on an ad in Facebook and saw Kurt's video that I said, you know what, I probably need to learn a little bit about this Facebook marketing. And when I got the course, boy, it was like, man, I need to know a lot about Facebook marketing. By going through the course, it took me from a Facebook newbie, I had an account, but I rarely went into it, to being able to go through, set up my fan page, have a couple of thousand folks in very short order that had become fans of ours, beginning to post content, quite a bit of content. As a matter of fact, I've got a posting strategy. I learned all that from Social Media Ad Genius, from Kurt, from Shecky. And I'll tell you something else that you may want to very strongly consider, and that is being a part of, calling up their office and finding out what type of coaching that they may have in place. So I got the course. To me, and I've now purchased about 5 or 6 other Facebook courses, this is the Harvard. This is the Harvard, okay, of Facebook marketing courses out there, number one. Number two, with the coaching, it helped me to accelerate my knowledge. It helped me to accelerate my learning. It helped me to understand some things better. Great course material, but it's, anything. If you have a course material in any subject, but then you have the opportunity to be coached by the people who put the material together, well, it's just going to fast forward your learning. So now that I've gotten the course, one, and I've had the coaching, two, we're now consistently generating leads on a daily basis. I love that. We're generating leads on a daily basis, one. Two, we're starting to see those leads convert into sales, convert into revenue. So thank you so much, Kurt. Thank you so much, Shecky. Anyone that is taking a look at Social Media Ad Genius as a course, pick it up. If you're taking a look at participating in one of the coaching programs that they have, do it. Do it. So this is T. Lamont Silver Sr. Everyone calls me T. Lamont. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Shecky. Thank you, Social Media Ad Genius.
Hi, I'm Patty Dominguez from Chicago, and this is an endorsement for Kurt Molly. He has been a mentor to me. So in my career, I have worked with Fortune 100 companies where I've had different exposure to experts in different industries. And for me, unequivocally, Kurt Molly has provided me with just a wealth of knowledge in social media. I have had the experience to work with different agencies, and he is absolutely on top of his game. So while some people are looking at social media here and now, he's like 2-3 years ahead of the game. So if you want to work with somebody who is ahead of the game and is going to take you to where you want to go with your social media endeavors, definitely take a look at Kurt Molly. He is incredible.
Hey, welcome everybody. It's Phil Sanko, president of Limelight Marketing LLC, and today I actually wanted to talk to you about this awesome new product. It's called Social Media Ad Genius. Now, this product, it teaches even the most newbie people how to go from beginner status in Facebook pay-per-click and really take it to an advanced level. And this is the really cool part is well, number one, I was lucky and blessed enough to have known some of the people that actually produce Social Media Ad Genius, and that they created it. And you know, these are some people who I get to see some behind the scenes stuff on pay-per-click advertising and SEO and all sorts of different things. And this, I mean, like, these guys spent like $1 million in a few months just on ad spend. And what they do is they spent that money, and they come back, and they literally, you can watch over their shoulder and see how they set up their ads. What verbiage do they use? What pictures do they use? What their target markets are for a variety of niches. There's if you're an affiliate marketer, I know that they have some awesome things in there. Literally, like case studies on affiliate launches and how to just crush the competition and take, you know, and this is all using paid advertising, and they just lay it out for you step by step what you should do. You know, I guess I am a little.
Hi, my name is Tanya. I own Aspire Health and Wellness here in Fort Collins, Colorado. I just got done doing a masterminding group with Kurt and some others, and learned a world of newness that I had never even known. And I truly know now that Kurt is #1 in the world with internet marketing and anything that you need to know about your business to make it grow. So I highly recommend you work with him. And
hello, Jeremy Howie here, near my home in Fort Collins, Colorado. I'm a custom online marketing consultant here in Northern Colorado. I work with small business owners, network marketers, home-based business owners. I show people how to be more successful. Now let me tell you, I met Kurt Malley. I want to give a testimonial out to Kurt Malley. He taught me basically how to do everything I'm doing now. He taught me how to make 5 figures online. He taught me Facebook. He taught me paid Facebook advertising. He taught me how to be in the top 1% of all online marketers online. So I want to give a huge shout out to him, his integrity, his skill level. And if you're thinking about working with Kurt, I highly recommend you do it. You can't go wrong. He receives my absolute highest recommendation. And again, Jeremy Howie, Fort Collins, Colorado. I want you to get in touch with Kurt. On the side, up above, down below, click the link. Do whatever you can to work with this guy. He's an absolute genius. He will help you take it to the next level with social media and paid advertising, online marketing. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Lori Hammond. I just attended an event with Kurt, and it was one of the most valuable weekends I have ever spent. I received tons of information that's going to be useful in promoting my business, and I'm really excited to start implementing it.
Hello, I'm Tom Murky. I'm a custom online marketing consultant in Northern Colorado, and I wanted to give my huge accolades to Kurt Malley and what he has given to me and to my partner Jeremy Howie. I was floundering in my online business about 8-9 months ago, and unbeknownst to me at the time, Kurt was starting a program, and I got involved in it. And it's Social Media in 7. The skills that is in Social Media in 7 minutes, I've applied. And guess what? I've created 5-figure months in the last 3 months. Now, how cool is that? It's absolutely amazing, folks. The man's a man of character, of integrity. He's a heck of a lot of fun to be around. He is the marketer for multi-millionaires, for pro sports teams, incredible people. He gave the same skills to me to give to you. So, folks, please, you get the opportunity, click on the link below, to the side, up above, get with Kurt. He will do the same for you. Thanks.